Imagine four men get called to a helicopter. An American soldier has been shot in battle. They're flying guns in hand, aerial gunners out the door, gunshots in the distance. They hop out of the helicopter. Guns aimed downrange, prepared to take anyone's life that threatened them. They recover the American soldier and take him back to the helicopter. On the way back to base, the team lead decides that he's bleeding too much. He could die. They reach for QuikClot. QuikClot is a life-saving tool used by the military since the Gulf War. Funding from the Office of Naval Research, QuikClot was designed to be 100% effective against wounds that have been fatal due to bleeding. Now, when accidents happen, there are tons of things that go through a person's mind. With QuikClot, that is one less thing you have to worry about. Before we decide to use QuikClot, we should know what it is, the advantages and disadvantages, and the steps to take to get there. You may be asking yourself, what is QuikClot? Well, there are two types. There's a powdered QuikClot and a gauze. Both are effective, and both have their advantages and disadvantages. Now, what should you do during an accident? First, you have to make sure the scene is safe. You want to make sure that you are not going to be injured trying to save someone else's life. Second, you need to find the placement of the wound. You can't help anyone if you don't know where they're bleeding from. And lastly, if you determine QuikClot is what you need to use what is handy. Don't go looking for something that you don't have. Open the package, but do not open it with your mouth. It can be very dangerous if you swallow it. Apply the powder directly to the wound. The gauze is very similar. Open up the package, stuff the bandage in the wound, and then dress the wound. Choline, a natural mineral found in the earth used in QuikClot, uses a chemical reaction to clot with your blood. Now, the advantages and disadvantages of applying QuikClot. First, when you apply it to the wound, it reacts immediately. Secondly, it has a low cost, and you can buy it just about anywhere. Some people even give it away as a medical supplement. Thirdly, it has a long shelf life, so as long as it's not disturbed and it's not opened, it can last on a shelf for 3 years before expiring. Now, the disadvantages. The fast-acting chemical reaction can actually cause a thermal burn to the skin. Second disadvantage is powder is so fine that it can be blown in the wind into the person trying to save the other person's life. And lastly, it can be applied directly to the wound, or it needs to be applied directly to the wound. If you have internal bleeding and you only apply it to the external wound, it will not prevent the bleeding. Now, the decision to apply QuikClot to the wound is completely up to the person in charge of the situation. There should be other steps you go through before using QuikClot. You should try elevation, simply elevating the limb that is cut to stop the circulation. Pressure points, which stops all pulse of blood to the affected area, and a tourniquet. You should use a tourniquet just before QuikClot, again as a last resort. Basically using a strap to cut off any blood flow to the wounded area. And the last option would be to apply QuikClot. But you need to make sure that when you use it, you document the time and the place where you use the QuikClot. Inform the medical personnel as soon as they arrive so they know what action to take. Now you know the positive and negative, you are more prepared for an accident. Make sure QuikClot is the last option. Don't jump straight through to QuikClot. There was a survival doctor being interviewed on several different websites and was even quoted saying, "I would use QuikClot if blood was pouring out of the men's femoral artery or the groin where a tourniquet was not feasible. I would dress the wound appropriately and seek medical attention as soon as possible." QuikClot is a medical marvel that will save lives for years to come.